End of the world warning. Bible warns of tsunamis, earthquakes, volcanoes in next 30 years. Volcano eruptions, tsunamis, earthquakes and World War III will wreak apocalyptic havoc across the earth in the next 30 years, a biblical expert has astonishingly claimed. Bible prophecy expert Paul McGuire fears the end of the world is fast approaching and the evidence is laid out for all to see in the Bible. According to the doomsday conspiracy theorist, natural cataclysms will befall the earth before the foretold time of Armageddon. The number and frequency of earthquakes, tsunamis and volcano eruptions will supposedly accelerate in the next 30 years. Mr. McGuire is convinced Earth is now convulsing in the woes of freak weather, economic unrest and natural disasters striking on every front. These things all happen and then the end comes, and the end, of course, is the return of Christ to planet Earth to re-establish paradise. I can't give you a date of when that's going to happen, but we're moving with lightning speed into that time frame. Speaking to George Norrie of Coast to Coast AM Radio, Mr. McGuire said he was inspired to seek the wisdom of biblical prophecy after surviving a major California earthquake. What he discovered in the process is the terrifying reality humans are now living on borrowed time. He said, "That earthquake changed me 180 degrees and I stopped being cynical. It was like a veil was taken off my eyes and I began looking at the world completely differently. I began to realize we are in the time period that the prophets predicted and we are seeing the signs of the times and we're moving toward that event that will change mankind forever." When asked about the possibility of global conflict breaking out, Mr. McGuire said the possibility is not only getting stronger but is likely imminent. As the end of the world nears, the conspiracist warned geopolitical tension will peak and potentially trigger the outbreak of World War III. That was written thousands of years ago, and here we have a possible scenario where that could happen, especially with the implementation of this NATO shield targeted towards Russia. And we have about 100,000 US troops in the Middle Eastern area of Afghanistan and Pakistan. But the interesting things is if you draw a line of all these US troops and private armies, you see two things. 1. It encircles the Middle East. And 2. It surrounds parts of China and parts of Russia. So, the danger here is Russia has a massive nuclear strike capability. All their 7,000 ICBMs or whatever the exact number is, they are still computer-guided missiles that are set to hit United States cities. God forbid. In his estimate, Armageddon will erupt when one of the world's superpowers detonates a nuclear charge in the volatile Middle East. Conspiracy theorists often point to the Book of Revelation as the most convincing piece of scripture prophesying the future. The Book of Revelation, or the Revelation of John, describes the last hours of mankind before the final judgment and second coming of Christ. Revelation warns of monstrous earthquakes and 3 asteroid strikes before the return of Jesus. However, the world's leading scientists are not expecting any doomsday threats from space anytime soon.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. If you like, donate to us, visit home on the page PayPal.